there in court. First of all, the Presidential Election Petitions Court has continued hearing of petitions filed by the People's Democratic Party, Labour Party, and the Allied People's Movement. Now, in another court, which is the Federal High Court in Abuja, a suit seeking the tenure elongation of former President Muhammadu Buhari, pending when the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal would deliver its judgment, was dismissed. And we're going to get updates on both stories from our correspondent, judiciary correspondent, Celestina Iria, who is now standing by to bring us update. Celestina, I want to begin with the tribunal. What more can you tell us about proceedings today?
Okay, well, Precious, the Federal High Court has dismissed a suit seeking to prolong the tenure of former President Muhammadu Buhari, and also ordering the CJN not to swear in President Bola Tinubu on the grounds that pending when the issues before the Election Petitions Court have decided, the former President Buhari should continue his tenure in office. But so far today, at the last adjourned date, which happened on 9th of June, the plaintiffs and their counsel were absent from court. They had no legal representation, or neither were they in the courtroom. So today, the court, at the last adjourned date, the court asked that the registry of the court serve the plaintiffs the hearing notice. Today, the matter was slated for mention for the defendants, counsel to the president, counsel to the APC, and INEC were in court. But the plaintiffs were not in court. Did they have any legal representation? But we believe, or the court said that because they've gotten hints from the court's previous decisions or judgment as regards to this kind of issues that have same subject matter, either trying to halt the inauguration that took place on May 29th, or the swearing in, or asking that the President Muhammadu Buhari continue to stand in office, that the Federal High Court has always had one very position, which is it has no jurisdiction, and this plaintiffs lack the locus. On Monday, the court fined a lawyer 20 million naira. He represented about 5 residents of the FCT who claimed that they were standing in for accredited voters who duly voted during the last presidential election, saying that they are alleged rather that President Bola Tinubu did not score up to 25 or secure up to 25% of lawful votes. So therefore, the inauguration that was stated for 29 should not hold. And the court specifically stated that they lack the locus and the court lacks the jurisdiction, because every issue as it pertains to that election, the petitioners have already filed a petition before the Presidential Election Petitions Court. And the counsel, being a minister or minister in the Temple of Justice, which is a lawyer, ought to know this, that the Federal High Court does not have the jurisdiction, or is not in the purview so sit or determine on these very cases. And before now, Justice Omotosho had also fined some plaintiffs 17 million naira for this same issue that they brought before him. And remember that the Court of Appeals had also fined the presidential candidate of the Hope Democratic Party, that was the 2019 presidential candidate, fined him 40 million naira, where he was insisting at that time that he had won the then 2019 presidential election. So this current or this presidential election that just took place should not stand, or President Bola Tinubu should not be swearing. So the court has made it categorically clear the Federal High Court has no jurisdiction or has no right to sit on this issue. Every issue that arose from the presidential election should be channeled to the Presidential Election Petitions Court.
Thank you, Celestina, for that update. You started from the second, but I was asking you also about the tribunal. Just a quick, brief update as to what's happening there now.
Okay, yes, the tribunal has just finished on the petition filed by PM and the Labour Party. As for the PDP, yesterday we were here. The PDP sought to bring in 3 ad hoc staffs of INEC who were called members that participated or were following into officers during the presidential election. The APC, INEC, and the president objected to the step during when evidences were being front-loaded. The statements of both of these witnesses that PDP are seeking to bring in were not front-loaded at the time they were filing the petition. But the court said that the PDP, the respondents, which is APC and INEC and the president, will have that time to cross-examine the witness. And today, they called about 3 of the witnesses who were now.
That's our correspondent Celestina Iria giving us update there on 2 developments in court today. But let's move on. We're staying on court stories. Now the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja